Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to capture Google Form leads in Airtable and send confirmation emails automatically. So let's suppose I'm running an online business and I'm collecting all my leads using Google Forms. I want that whenever I capture a new lead, I should automatically add the lead details to my Airtable and then send a mail. Doing this manually will consume a lot of my time, so I've completely automated this process. And to do this automation, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Google Forms, Airtable and Gmail. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build this connection in such a manner that whenever I am going to receive a new lead or a new form submission from Google Forms, I am going to add the lead detail to my Airtable and then send the mail. Now if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to see how we can send the Google Form submission to Airtable database and then send the confirmation mail using Gmail. And for this, I'm simply going to create integration between Google Forms, Airtable and Gmail using Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com in your browser. Now before we sign into our Pabbly account, let me quickly take you towards Pabbly community. So you can join this Pabbly community to connect with business owners, experts and the Pabbly support team. You can share tips, ask questions and get quick solutions to your automation challenges. You can stay updated on latest features and collaborate with thousands of users who help and support each other every day. Now if you want to learn how you can join this community, then please check out the link given in the description. Let's move back towards Pabbly. After browsing this website, we need to sign into a Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I'm going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And here it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I have created over here. If you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow and I need to select my workflow builder. We have this new beta which is modern, faster and more flexible one, and then we have this classic which is a stable and a familiar approach. I'm going to select this new beta and then I'm going to name this workflow as capture Google Form leads in Airtable and send confirmation emails automatically. Now I'm going to select my folder. These are the folders which have been created. I'm going to select task forms automation and then click on create. So here workflow created successfully. Now as soon as I click on create, this box has appeared in front of me where I need to enter my trigger application. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow but as many as action steps as you want. Now here in this workflow, I want to capture the Google Forms leads in Airtable and then send the mail, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, I'm automatically going to add the lead details to my Airtable database and send the mail, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new lead from my Google Forms, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger basically activates or triggers any workflow. Here in my trigger application, I will be taking Google Forms and following this trigger application will be my action application, in which I will take Airtable and Gmail. So here in my trigger application, I'm going to take Google Forms. And in my trigger event, I'm going to select it as new response received and then click on connect. So now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Forms, for which a webhook URL is provided to me. And this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to follow the help desk given below and build this connection. For that, I'm going to open this Google Forms. This is the form which I've created by the name contact information. We have this name, email address, phone and the comments. Now we have to go towards the responses and then we have to click on this view in sheets. Now you can see this spreadsheet has opened in front of me. It has this name, email address, phone number and the comment. So these fields are same which I have in this form, and this shows that my spreadsheet and my form are connected, and whenever there will be form submission in this Google form, all the details will be added to spreadsheet automatically. So over here, to check this, once I'm going to do this form submission, I'm going to copy the link to this form and paste it in a new tab. and there I'm going to do some test submission. Like my name is test user, I'm going to enter some dummy email address. So my email address is test@pabblytudes.com. Then my address is New Street. Then I'm going to enter my phone number as this. I'm going to enter my comment as, so I'm not going to enter any comment. I'm going to submit this, and here as soon as the form submission will be done, all the details will be captured in my spreadsheet, and here it is instantly in no time. As soon as I've done this form submission, I've captured that in my spreadsheet, and this shows that this Google form and the spreadsheet are connected. Now moving further, we need to send this data to my Pabbly Connect workflow. So we are going to build the connection. For that, I'm going to go towards the extension, click on this add-ons, and then click on this get add-ons. Here Google Workspace Marketplace will appear in front of me, where I need to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks, and it is showing install because I have already installed this. But if you are doing this for the first time, please make sure that you install this, and after that you install this, please make sure that you refresh this Google Sheet spreadsheet. After doing this Pabbly Connect webhooks will start appearing under this extensions. From here you have to go towards this initial setup. Now this dialog box has appeared in front of me, where I need to enter the webhook URL and the trigger column. So this is the same webhook URL which I am provided in my Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to go back towards my workflow, copy this webhook URL, paste it over here, and then I need to enter the trigger column. So the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here my final data entry column is column F, which means whenever I'm going to add the data in this particular column, the complete row data will be sent to my workflow. I'm going to click on the send test, and you will see the test data, or this data will be sent to my workflow, and here it says test data sent successfully. If I open my workflow, you will see that I've captured the response just now. If I scroll down, you can see all the details are here. So as soon as I click on the send test, the data was sent. So trigger column simply means the final data column or the end column on which we are going to add the data. Now here, after doing this, I need to create this setup. For that, I'm going to click on this submit, and the setup configured successfully, which means I've successfully configured the webhook URL to this particular spreadsheet. And now we have to follow a very important step. We have to go towards the extensions, go towards this Pabbly Connect webhooks, and then click on the send on event. So this step will make sure whatever data we receive in future, it is sent to Pabbly Connect. Now moving back towards our workflow, and here we have received the details. The phone number was this, the name was test user, email address was test@pabblytudes.com. We have not added any comments, and then the address was New Street. So here, as soon as I have received the response or done the form submission, we have captured the detail in this spreadsheet. From this spreadsheet, we have sent the data to this workflow, and this shows the connection setup which we have created is working fine. Now moving on towards the next step. Whenever I receive a new form submission, I want to add that to my Airtable database. So I'm going to go back towards my workflow. I'm going to click on this add new action step, and in my action application, I'll search for Airtable. In my action event, I'm going to select task, create record, and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection, then click on this connect with Airtable. Now here, if you want to add a particular base, you simply need to click on this add a base. But if you want to add all the bases, you can simply click on this add all resources, and all current and future bases in all current and future workspaces will be added. I'm going to grant access, and you will see that Airtable will be connected to Pabbly Connect, and here it is. Now first I need to select this base name. If I open my Airtable, this is the base which I have created by the name capture leads from forms. So I will select the same base name, capture leads from forms, and then the table name is automatically detected. We can see that we have all the same fields, name, email, phone, address, and comments over here. Now I'm going to enter these details, but I'm not going to enter these details manually like this. Instead, I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. I have received the response from this Google Forms, and when I click on this field, I can see this Google Forms. When I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. I'm going to enter the name as test user and the email address as test@pabblytudes.com. The phone number is this one. Then I'm going to enter the address as new street, then the comment is NA. Now over here mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in these fields. Manually entering the data will make these fields static and the information will not change even when you receive the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. After entering all these details, I'm going to execute this workflow. Before that, in this enable typecasting, I'm going to select it as false. I'm going to click on the save and send test request, and here I have received the response and this response is a positive one. I'm going to open my Airtable database and check whether all these details are added or not, and here it is. We have added all the details. The name is test user, email is test@pabblytudes.com, phone number is this, address is new street, comment is this. So I have added all the lead details. Now I'm going to send them the confirmation mail, for which I'm going to select my action application as Gmail, and in my action event I'm going to select it as send email and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection, then click on this sign in with Google. Here you need to choose your Google account with which you have logged in your Gmail, and after choosing that account, simply click on this allow and grant away the permission. Here Gmail is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter these details. So the first one is I'm going to enter the sender name as Pabbly, which is the required field. The sender email address is already selected, which we have selected while building the connection. In the recipient email address, I'm going to map it. So it is test@pabblytudes.com. The CC, BCC and the reply to will remain blank. The email subject will be thanks for your submission. And the email content is hi. I'm going to enter the first name or map the first name, which is this one. Hi test user. I'm going to enter the full name itself. Thank you for submitting your details through our Google form. We have successfully captured your information in our system. You will also receive updates and confirmation automatically via email, so you are always in the loop. If you have any question or need further assistance, feel free to reply to this email. Best regards, Pabbly. In the email content type, I'm going to select it as plain. The label will be inbox. If you are sending any file or the attachment, you have to make sure that you do not exceed the given limit given over here. So here I have entered all the required details. I'm simply going to click on save and send test request, and let's wait for the response. Here I have received the response and this response is a positive one. I'm going to open my mailbox and check whether I have received any mail there or not. And here it is, just 0 minutes ago I have received this mail. It is sent by Pabbly to this test user. Hi test user, thank you for submitting your details through our Google form. We have successfully captured your information in our system. This is the same exact confirmation email which we have entered in our workflow, and we have sent that. Now to summarize, we took Google Forms as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We received the new form submission, so we wanted to add the details to my Airtable database. We took action application as Airtable, added the details, and then we took Gmail as action application, entered all the required details, executed the workflow, and then finally send them the mail. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and here we have successfully created automation between this Google Forms, Airtable and Gmail using Pabbly Connect. I've attached the link of this workflow in the description so that you can check this out, and you can stay tuned to our channel for learning more such interesting automation. I hope you liked this video and understood this video very well. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.